Hello everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Inside with IAIS. My name is Darlene Kascak. I'm the Education Director here at the museum and a member of the Schaghticoke Tribal Nation. This week we're going to continue the discussion about tobacco, only this time we're going to talk about it from the perspective of Native American people and how they used and look at this plant. For Native American people, tobacco is considered one of the 4 sacred plants, along with sage, sweetgrass, and cedar. But how these are used is different and diverse, just like our communities are different and diverse. For many, it's a gift that is given when you're asking to either harvest medicines, so you would offer a gift of tobacco before you you picked anything or harvested any materials. It's also used when you're asking an elder to teach you something. You would give them a gift of tobacco. For example, when I want to learn a new story, I approach an elder and I give them that gift. And it's a way of honoring and respecting them and appreciating the gift that they're going to be giving me in return. It's used in many, many different ceremonies and for many different purposes. It's used in a lot of healing ceremonies as well. One other way that it's used that's a little bit different than the way that Europeans used it is it was smoked. But when it was smoked, it was combined with other materials as well. So it was really only about a 1/3 mixture of tobacco along with other plant materials. And it was not inhaled. Instead, that smoke is supposed to go up and bring up our prayers to the Creator. A peace pipe was used whenever there was a treaty that was going to be made or an argument that needed to be settled. They would share that peace pipe and it would bring about that healing that needed to happen or solidify that agreement that was being made. A mixture that they would use for smoking purposes is called Quinnetucket, and that translates to what was mixed. And it's a combination of 1/3 tobacco, sumac, possibly willow, and that's what they would use for sort of recreational type smoking. Now, traditional tobacco does not have the same properties that, cigarette tobacco does today. Traditional tobacco is pure. It doesn't have all these additives that are added into it, as opposed to, commercial tobacco today, has so many fillers and so many things added. It makes it more, dangerous. It makes it cancerous. It makes it unhealthy. I did not grow up knowing the teachings of tobacco, with the exception of an uncle who, whenever he saw roadkill, he would pull over to the side of the road and he would sprinkle some tobacco on it. And I asked him once, why are you doing that? He says, because I don't want that animal's life to go to waste. I want it to know that it's being honored and respected. Later on in my life, when I wanted to become a storyteller, I was taught that I needed to ask elders for their permission to share their stories with me. But to do so, I needed to give them a gift of tobacco. And that was my very first experience with this tradition. A little later on, I was asked to make prayer bundles for a veteran ceremony. And that's when I really got my first taste of the real teachings. And it was a very serious thing. And I didn't realize that, when I first started. It takes a lifetime to learn a lot of these teachings. Like I say, I'm still in that learning process myself. But what I have learned is, like I said, when you're harvesting strawberries or plants or medicines, you offer that gift of tobacco. You're thanking the Creator for this beautiful gift that you're about to receive. It's used as a way of honoring and respecting someone, whether it be a plant, animal, or person. When Europeans were introduced to tobacco, they really enjoyed it. And it really took off. But it had a serious impact on Native people, because now that sacred plant that they were used to was being used in a different way. This brought about, the need for more tobacco. So more lands were being encroached upon for the use of planting tobacco. Thank you for joining me for this week's edition of Inside with IAIS. If you'd like to learn more about Indigenous history and culture, please feel free to stop by our museum, or you might want to join us for our Green Corn Festival on August 14th. If you like what we're doing here and you're enjoying these series of videos, you can donate on our website. Thank you.